I've always enjoyed playing Call of Duty. Every game in the series, including both Modern Warfare and World at War. Now, June 9th, 2010, I heard from a buddy of mine that they were releasing a new Call of Duty entitled Black Ops. I was so excited over this discovery, but I wanted to see if I can get a copy of it, even though I'm not sure if they're even making a new COD. I checked out Craigslist to see if I could find anyone to grant my wish. I found a man named Bootman Bill. This Bootman Bill was actually an 18-year-old high school dropout. I contacted him through email asking if he has a copy. He replied to my email, "I do have a copy, come to my house on 710 East 6th Avenue. I proceeded to walk to his house the next day. He answered by opening the door slowly and greeted me by saying, "I've been waiting for you." I asked where his parents were. He replied, "The game." I gave him a look of confusion. "I'd be willing to get viewed this copy for no charge," he said. I was surprised. If you spent several months trying to steal a game that isn't released, you would expect a big price. Now, because I'm very generous, I gave the teen $80 and left a small hole. I did notice a strange thing about the copy. However, instead of it saying COD Black Ops in permanent marker and crudely drawn letters as well, it said COD BHO. This baffled me, as I didn't know what the H meant, but I digress. I then proceeded to put my purple Memorex disc into my PS3. As it does with the current CODs, it shows the trailer logo then goes to the COD title screen. I was so excited. I had the newest copy of COD that no one else in the world has or hasn't heard of yet. I didn't feel like trying out the campaign yet, so I did my favourite mode in COD, which is zombies. I had Kino der Ton and one I've never seen before called Ad. I was baffled over the map's name. I would have expected it to have more of a better name. I decided to play Ad. The map looked like what seems to be Russia. The map seemed too big to be a normal zombies map. I ignored this, however, and played it. The weirdest thing about the zombies is that they had devil horns sticking out of the Russian Yushankas they're wearing. Then the freakiest thing happened. Seems that hands started sticking out of the ground. When I saw this, I thought this was just a glitch. And with the disc being stolen, I thought this was just a beta version of the game. The next part scared me the most. It showed my character looking down to his feet as he's being pulled through the ground by the hands and screaming and begging for his life in what seems to be Italian. After this event, I noticed something. Ad is Russian for hell. My heart is pounding as I'm falling through black empty space. As this is happening, an eerie banjo melody is playing in the background. The Russian town map is soon replaced by a town that looks of what seems like Hiroshima after it was struck with a nuclear bomb. Dead bodies are everywhere. Some are children's bodies and some are adults' bodies. In my head I was thinking, how could the developers be so insensitive? I started to think this isn't even a beta copy, but it's just a disc modded by a sick-minded person. In pure anger, I emailed Bootman Bill. I waited 3 days but no response from him. I just better continue on playing with the game and see what other terrible things I can find. In the Hiroshima map, the zombies were actually bodies of the deceased. Some of the corpses were so photorealistic I had a pure look of terror every minute I was playing. In the game, hanging from the remains of what seems to be a destroyed house was a wooden sign that said, "Dono yorni sor wachiko di zakararu koto gan kanja ramusaka," which translates into, "How does it feel to be in hell, Zach?" At this point I was in tears. This game knew my name. This was not a normal game. I was thinking that this game was not modded, it's haunted. This is real similar to Bent, the Haunted Majora's Mask cartridge, but this is far more terrorising. It's no wonder that Bootman Bill gave me this for no price. He wanted it out of his life forever. When he said the game after his response to where I asked where his parents were, he must have meant that his parents were missing or something. Far more worse, after playing it, finally after 4 days, Bootman Bill replied to my email, or so I thought. The email said, Bella's not here right now. Don't even think about returning the game if that's what you're thinking of doing. I took care of Bootman Bill. I was swearing in terror after I read this, thinking that Bill was murdered, and the ghost who possesses this disc is the killer. I continued the game. This time the music has changed. This time it's a Japanese choir singing Where Washindu Airo Sakashi Antamodesu over and over again. This translates to we are dead, but you are too. I'm thinking it's the victims of Hiroshima speaking to me, saying that I'm dead. At this point I was so scared that I decided to quit playing. At this time it's 4:30 PM, so I had time to walk and forget about this. I'd tell my mum about this, but she would freak if she found I spent $80 on a bootleg copy. I'll continue playing tomorrow and I'll tell you what I see this time.